Let me check which fascicule we're on. What? How did we get here so fast? Are you sure? Well, it looks like we're on fascicule 15. Greetings, Grand Goddess. Period of resurrecting is here. All right, sending peace and love, divine light, healing, ascension to all the family, the soul tribe. Hope everybody's doing well. I hope we're handling our affairs well. I hope we're becoming more and more conscious thinkers, where we're in charge of our vibration and our thought frequencies. Is my volume is good? I hope. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna start. So we're continuing fascicule 15, and then I'll just finish off with fascicule 15. Let's see how many pages. Yeah, sounds good. All right. Okay. So we're reading the knowledge book. Oh, sorry, I have to change mode now. Give me a second. Okay. Right. At the moment, the magma is boiling and forcing the crust of the world. The reason for this is the preparation for entering a more powerful magnetic medium. So this is what's happening on our earth right now. This means that your entire universe is being gradually pulled by a very powerful magnetic whole towards itself. Okay? So it's like the coming in of all the atoms, right? This is the reason why the magma wants to flow out. You know that molten and non-molten metals constitute the essence of your planet. For this reason, a powerful magnet causes you to leap in certain periods by pulling you towards itself, right? Quantum leaping and quantum jumping. The first of these universal leaps occurred in the month of November in the world year 1981. And you got over this first stage without realizing anything, because all the living beings on your planet were made to sleep for 6 days by ion winds. 13th November to 18th November, you went to sleep at night. And on November 12th, you woke up in the morning of the 19th. See, I wasn't born then, so. However, since the calendar showed the date of the next day as the 13th, life continued regularly, and the sleep of 6 days seemed like the sleep of one night. You went on living, accepting the time as if it were the next day. Like, this is how different our universe is. Like, we have been so cut off from the spirituality, the science, the energy, the vibration, the understanding of this whole constitution. You have gained more or less. So meanwhile, a very slight shift occurred in the axis of your world. And now your world turns more slowly by a period of 1 second per day. You have gained more or less 1 day per year. So now for us, your calendar has 366 days and not 365. Hi, Ida. In fact, there are numerous terrestrial friends of ours who were awake during that leap, who know this truth and who cooperated with us. When they read this text, they will understand the truth better. Leaps are the destiny of your planet. See, these are quotes that they want you to accept. Leaps are destinies of your planet. And if our planet makes universal quantum leaps, right? And we are in this planet, and we are energies in this planet, we also make quantum leaps. So our ascension and our consciousness, the awakening of our consciousness is accelerated, okay? Because quantum leap in universal time is quite different, right? So leaps are the destinies of your planet. It is our heartfelt wish that you can pass over these periods more easily in the future. We always assist you on this path, our friends. Our love is upon the entire universe. Center. Thank you, Ida. Universal consciousness, golden age, essence genes. We have not mentioned to you until today what universal consciousness and essence genes are. The dimensions of this dictated knowledge book are infinite. Okay, so this knowledge book came from infinite dimension because it's from the channel Alpha, and that's the direct channel of Allah. So you can only imagine that it's an infinite dimension, right? Now, a step has been taken towards a period that is very mandatory to ascend. So listen, a step has been taken towards a period that is very, very mandatory for us to ascend, right? For us to transcend. We are about to enter a new order at the beginning of a new age. For this reason, the books that have been revealed to you until today from the religious point of view will from now on be revealed from beyond the religious dimensions. Because the first step is God consciousness, right? And to have allegiance with him. Now, after elevating you, our brothers and sisters, to this dimension, we have taken you into the ordinance of unification as the second step. So the religious medium was to give us God consciousness, that we have a creator, a mother, father creator, that all the universes, he created the heavens and the earth, right? So that was a religious medium to give us God consciousness and for us to pledge our allegiance to God, right? Because we're from him. Like, what else are you going to do? But now after that, they said, now after elevating you, right? After they rose us up to that understanding, that awareness, our brothers and sisters, to this dimension, we have taken you into the ordinance of unification as the second step, right? So that's the universal unification. This is the stage that we're in. At this step, all religions are being unified and the truth is being explained to you, our brothers and sisters, right? So we had all the separate religions. Now all religions are being unified. Why? Because it's one God, one system, one ordinance. So this is the ascension. The ascension is universal unification, right? To be one with your God, right? Because there's no need for worship anymore once you attain God consciousness, because you will not do wrong, right? So the religious medium was to give us God consciousness. These are the rules. Don't harm each other, blah, 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 and all that stuff, right? Love thy neighbor as yourself, right? If you attain that well, now you're unified with the universe, right? Because you've already learned the rules. You've already learned respect for all creation, right? You've learned infinite love for all creation. You've learned infinite respect for all creation. You've learned infinite humbleness, right? Removing the ego. There is no superiority, right? And then you've learned tolerance, right? Being patient, just like our creator is forever patient with us, right? So once we've attained that, now that this is the universal unification. This is how our earth, this is how the kingdom of our creator is merged with our earth, right? Because we ourselves become beings of heaven, beings of light, right? Beings of peace and harmony. So the book of Islam, that was the last book, was prepared in an 18th dimension and was revealed to your planet by intermediaries from the 9th dimension. Since public consciousness at that period was not ready yet for universal consciousness, and for advanced energy dimensions, right? Because remember, every book that is sent to us carries a frequency of a certain dimension, right? To habituate us to that particular dimension. So since public consciousness at that period was not ready yet for universal consciousness and for advanced energy dimensions, the universal knowledge within it was given as ciphers. So the Quran had universal knowledge. It had everything that is being dictated in the knowledge book, but it was given as ciphers. You had to know it. You had to know how many times you had to say certain things. You had to know the particular day you had to say certain things because certain portals open on particular days. So the universal knowledge was there, but it was given as ciphers, and people like Sufis and Sheikhs and Walis, right? And Malams, were able to serve other like higher, emissaries and attain that key, that cipher. So it was given as ciphers that activated your thought wheels, and the consciousness share of each sacred book enabled the societies concerned to reach certain dimensions by this means. In this way, numerous holiness friends, right? That's what I was talking about, the Sufis of ours, and saints are like Sufis in Islam, right, have dived into the depths of enlightenment channels and have grasped the truth by their individual efforts. And trust me, it is not easy. It is literally abstaining from worldly desires. It is like, just like the period of Ramadan, but way more intense. It is sometimes 40 days, sometimes 1 year, in solidarity, in your closed room, reciting certain prayers, certain amount of time, like sometimes 10,000, sometimes 6,000, sometimes 1,000, and different of them in sequences, 1,000 of this, 500 of this, 2 of this, At this point, you should be like, it's crazy. But yeah. So those were the ciphers, and it was very difficult to attain. Now they've made it quite, I could say, simpler. It depends on your perception though, right? It depends on your level of evolution, right? However, many friends did not talk due to their fear of the wrath of the divine plan and kept the knowledge they obtained to themselves. This was one of the ordinances of those periods. The bodies of our friends who have been able to reach us through their high awareness have been beamed when they left their world body, either before or after they were entombed, right? And their essence genes of that period were frozen here by special systems and have been kept for the golden age. Many cells of those matured bodies have been engrafted into the fetuses that have been bestowed on your society, and a social order has been established through the gene transfers. So a lot of the prophets and a lot of the, the holy ones, right? Their genes have been engrafted into like the newborn babies that are coming through for this golden age because of their frequency. Each gene has been taken one by one into the medium of evolvement and your planet by the assistance of cosmic currents, right? Some of those genes have become, I want to say, like when they talk about cosmic currents, anytime any one of us is coming on this planet, there's a certain energy that we come with that allows us to come here, right? And that energy is based on the dimension that you're coming from that assists you into your coming here. So like it says, each gene has been taken one by one into the medium of evolvement on your planet by the assistance of cosmic currents, okay? Some of those genes have become the light of society by their individual efforts, and some others have become degenerated and have been taken into different evolvement levels in other dimensional energies. And some of the genes have transcended by the cosmic awareness they gained, even their essence genes that have been kept frozen here. These genes too have been taken into the system of being frozen and kept here after leaving the world to be bestowed on your planet in accordance with the consciousness of different ages. For example, Mevlana's father was an essence gene. Mevlana transcended him. These procedures have been continuing for centuries, and the system is being established by this means. The transition during this period of resurrecting will be provided entirely by the frozen essence genes, okay, who have been the supreme ones of the religious dimension. So listen to this. The transition, right? This period of resurrecting, the transition during this period of resurrecting will be provided entirely by the frozen essence genes who have been the supreme ones of the religious dimension. This means that if you're Christian, if you're Buddha, if you're however, wherever your belief sect is, right? These emissaries, these supreme ones from that dimension, from those religious dimensions, are here right now assisting and providing the ascension. We call them noble genes. A lot of these noble genes have been sown one by one on your planet for the golden age and will still be sown. Presently, they live among you with an unveiled awareness, right? So they know themselves, right? Their former forms to which you were habituated will seem contradictory to you. So they're not in the same body since they carry the bodies within the genes of their initial existence. This is very natural. For this reason, we will emphasize these gene transfers from time to time. Notice from the Universal Council. General message to our human friends in the name of salvation. Our friends, you and us, let us always unify in goodness, beauty, and love. Right. Now, this is a good point on meditation, right? I unify with the cosmos and my terrestrial brothers and sisters in goodness, beauty, and love, right? If you're feeling like, you're feeling a little bit down, like I unify with my cosmic family and my, terrestrial brothers and sisters in goodness, beauty, and love. Let us meet with you on the correct path and see the truth altogether by attaining this consciousness. Our view is the view of our Lord, right? So if their view is a view of our Lord and they're talking about the truth and that we should see the truth, that means that we should see the view of our Lord altogether, right? In this period, you who are the sons of the sunny days have been mobilized on behalf of the entire humanity. The entire cosmos is grateful to you. Now we call out to all our friends who are on the divine path and we embrace you with all our love. Our friends, do not propagate and emanate the divine light of your purified spirits to your surroundings by talking about religious themes. For your brothers and sisters are also devoted friends who know more or less what the religions are and who believe in their God. This period is not considered from the viewpoint of religion, and it is called the period of sincerity. For this reason, now our Lord is calling out directly to the essences. Think for a moment what you gain by talking again and again about in the same direction theme. Think for a moment what you gain by talking again and again in the direction of the same theme about the subject all of you already know. This is nothing but a personal satisfaction. Our Lord so they want us to talk more about the cosmics. Like they want us to talk about knowledges that we have not attained from the religious dimensions, right? They want us to talk about what we consider aliens, but they want us to talk about the cosmic rays. They want us to talk about terms like universal unification. Right? So, our Lord has wished you to proceed on the rightful path. Walk on the path of learning and spiritual insight. All your religious books are books not to be worshipped, but to be experienced by taking examples from them and to cleanse your spirits by the light you receive from them. Okay. Now they said that we should walk on the path of learning and spiritual insight. Like, listen, they're like green light. Go learn all about everything that you can learn about and attain the truth. Okay. If you tap into every knowledge out there, you will find the common truth in there, right? So all your religious books are books not to be worshipped, but to be experienced by taking examples from them and to cleanse your spirits by the light you receive from them. So they're not to be worshipped. Not everyone can practice learning. Not everyone can have spiritual insight, but everyone knows how to love and how to illuminate his or her surroundings on this beautiful path by wakeful ideas instead of reactionary ones. Okay? So wakeful ideas, like you have to be very conscious of your thoughts. Like every thought, you have to think for yourself. Think, when I'm interacting with this individual, when I'm interacting with this environment, what vibration am I sending out? Is it a vibration of healing? Is it a vibration of positivity, of goodness, of beauty, of love, right? So there is perfection in Islam. The genuine devotees does not ever discriminate one living being from another living being. Okay, so genuine devotees, genuine humans, right? Those that have those that have gotten to a certain level of awareness, right? They do not separate. They do not put forth discrimination towards all humanity. Okay. So where am I? The present situation of humanity is a result of the egos of our human brothers and sisters who have not been able to attain themselves. So if you think that like I'm super religious, my religious is a right path, that's ego. Look up at comments. Okay, I'll try. You can pin a comment now. How can I get the book? Hard copy. Spider Dog. I will text it to you. Okay? I'll text it to you. I'm sorry. I just don't like, I just like to, and after I talk after, I'm so sorry. Okay. The present situation of humanity is a result of the egos of our human brothers and sisters who have not been able to attain themselves. Okay. So, and I'm sorry. This luminous path designed for you in this period of sincerity is the path of your prophets. Now you are coming to us through this path. We are your ancestors, your elder brothers. And when they say it's the path of your prophets, remember the prophets had unveiled awareness. They were getting visits from higher dimensional beings that we call angels. And they were leaving this dimension to go to other higher dimensions, right? They had universal consciousness. They had full on God consciousness. They were pure. They were kind. So when they're talking about in this period, right, the path that we're on is the path of our prophets. They're literally saying, listen, you can attain the same luminous, right? You can attain the same purity, right? And this is the guide to it, right? Yes, our ancestors. This is how it goes to say that we're all brothers and sisters, right? So once we were like you, also like you, right? So they also had to go through earth school. After a certain time, you will also be like us, okay? So this is our resurrection and our ascension. This is the message given to the awakening awarenesses. In the universe, there is no discrimination such as Islam, Christian, extraterrestrial, and terrestrial. Here, all of us are a whole who have emanated from the essence of God. Okay, you hear that? Because we're all split from the atoms of God, right? God is not outside of us. He's not somewhere creating. We are in him. Just like every cell within my body is not outside of me, but rather it is me, right? You can find, you take a strand, take a cell, take a skin, and you find me in there. You find everything about me in there. That is me. This is how we are in the atomic whole of the Creator. Since the essence of each one of us is connected to him, the Lord, why do these differences occur, right? If all our essences are connected to the Creator, why do we have differences amongst us? Please think profoundly about this matter for a moment. If you set out in the direction of this thought, you will be aware of what a terrible loop your fanaticism and bigotry has taken you into. Yes, within. Oh, yeah. Sure thing, Shaima. Please. Those, I just don't know how to type. It doesn't give me the option to type. It just says hosts and guests and then share. So I don't know where to type. Those who make discriminations among humans are again humans themselves. They're not even God. They're not even Allah. Okay. So those who because Allah doesn't make discrimination, right? He just wants us to be on the righteous path. So those who make discriminations among humans are again humans themselves. The reason of this discrimination has always been personal benefit. And this type of thinking is unfortunately still going on. And now we, your extraterrestrial friends, whom you call universal friends, call out to you from the pen of dear Mevlana and say, come, come. Come. Through this come, we call you to your essence, to your logic, and to your conscience. Okay? Deeply rooted fanatic thoughts will not make you gain anything. All the friends who have found their consciousness, who have become sovereign over their intellect and logic, okay, and who have seen the light of their essence, have been taken into the medium of salvation. Now they can proceed easily without fearing anything. However, in case they make an effort through their logic on the positive path to awaken their other brothers and sisters, their gain will be even greater. Maybe some of you are still unaware of certain things, but humanity is going through the period of resurrection at the moment. And I know, like, what we were used to in like our previous school of thought, like in the religious medium, like there was a whole bunch of things and it sounded different, but the Sirat bridge you will cross is not the other road. It's not in the other road. You are and will be passing over the Sirat here. The animals you have sacrificed will sacrifice will never make you pass over the bridge. In the periods when each religion was propagated for the first time, inevitably, certain forms and methods were laid down to strengthen your bonds of faith. Sacrificing animals was also practiced for social solidarity and to obey the commands of the Lord. Those who attained this cognizance perform social solidarity in different ways. At the moment, we do not take charging anymore. At the moment, we do not take into consideration either the text of the Bible or that of the Quran or the text of the other religions, because those books were read and learned centuries ago. Now our Lord is giving you quite different knowledge and suggestions directly through the knowledge book. Hello, family. Much love and light to you all. Much love, Joni. Thank you for coming. To see the good result is to find the all truth. And to find the all truth is to attain the truth, right? And we know what the all truth is, right? Direct message on behalf of salvation, right? Special declaration of the center. Our friends, we wonder what you have gained in the framework of the knowledge we have given you until today. We wonder how much you have done of what is required of you. Please make your own self-criticism on these matters. And please read the fascicules again and again. Then the truths you have forgotten will be laid in front of your eyes. At this stage, what we require of you is to shed light on society with the knowledge you have attained. You will see. Yusuf, I need a proper charger. No, but it keeps doing that weird sound like doo-doo-doo. Your phone has only 20%. Okay. You know what? I'm good with 20, I think. I don't know. I'm only reading like a few pages. Okay, it's okay. Leave it. Okay. All right. Special declaration of the center. Our friends, we wonder what you have gained in the framework of the knowledge we have given you until today. We wonder how much you have done and of what is required of you. Please make your own self-criticism on these matters. Right. And please read the fascicules again and again. Then the truths you have forgotten will be laid in front of your eyes. At this stage, what we require of you is to shed light on society with the knowledge you have attained. You will see the truth sooner or later. Oh, okay. Only if you grasp the essence of the cause of your calling, our calling out to you, will you act more consciously. So only if you understand profoundly the importance, the seriousness of why we're being called out to the universe, right? We're being called out from the universe to the universe, right? If you understand it, right? You will act more consciously. You'll be more self-aware. You would assess your thinking. You will assess your energy. You will assess people's energy, you know? You will assess what it is that you need to do. You will dig deep. You will do the shadow work, they call it. As we have said before, an integrity, a unity has been achieved in the entire realm by universal laws. Okay, by a beautiful order that will be established in future, you will live in a medium in which there will be no malevolence. I dream of this. Like, I literally daydream and like live there constantly. Yeah. However, your individual efforts on this path for the establishment of the golden age will cause you to gain much. If these efforts of yours develop in the medium of leadership and ego, we are not responsible for the events that will happen. Please do not take this as a warning notice. Okay? So they're really emphasizing on the ego, right? Because of equality, because there is no superiority. Now we are calling out to friends who amuse themselves with the knowledge they receive through their private channels, even though they have gained cosmic consciousness. The goal is not to prove your own knowledge. It is to project the universal knowledge on society. Your gain will be on this path. It is beneficial not to forget this. So we're supposed to share wherever level we're at. We're supposed to be sharing this knowledge with people to wake them up. You should bring me the charger because I don't want to hear that beep. Okay. So our call and love is upon the entire universe. Not this, the proper one. And that message was from Center. General message for the public consciousness. Our friends. I hope I'm not very late. No, Providence. Thank you for coming. Yes, but we're chosen, but we have to To be chosen is to be on the path, right? And the path is not just like, like, oh, like I understand all this knowledge, I accept all this knowledge, oh, I receive all this message, ha ha ha. You know what I mean? Like they're saying that to be chosen, you will know your mission, right? You would know your mission. You will be responsible for your mission. You know what I mean? So general message for the public consciousness, our friends, until today, the human has searched for his or her God, who is present in him or her in other places. Did you hear that? Until today, the human has searched for his or her God, who is present in him or her. Remember, we were always praying upwards, right? Within, right? Within, you're it. There's nothing outside of God. To say there's something that is created, like to say that, oh, this is the universe and then God is here, that means that there's something bigger that is contained in God. You know what I mean? So let's just say we said this is the universe, right? This is the universe, okay? That God created all these universes and then God is here. So what's all this around? It's contained in God. Is that possible? No, we are in God. We are his DNA, he's the essence, and we all have essences in us. That means we're the same. We are it. You know what I mean? But you need to clear yourself from the schools that we're going to, right? Our earth is also God, right? Is in God. We need to just attain this consciousness and be. That is to the allness and the nothingness, right? To the allness and the nothingness, to the nothingness, to the allness, back to the nothingness, like we don't exist and yet we exist in the all, right? So until today, the human has searched for his or her God, who is present in him or her in other places, right? Now, humankind that has attained universal consciousness has met its God, that is, its own essence, in proportion with its evolvement, your own comprehension, your own capacity to understand this, right? Why are there religious integration in this period? Why is the name of God being recited always, even in the most matured societies? Because this is a period of awakening. Humans finding his or her own self means her attaining the essence of God. Okay, so this is the period of resurrecting where we are attaining our essences, which is the God essence. The human who can attain this genuine human consciousness will never again think malevolent thoughts, will never do any wickedness, will become purified more and more, and will become a divine light of God. And when I tell you that it's hard for me to think negative, and not negative towards people, like, oh, what if this happens? Or, oh, what if I don't get this? Or, oh, you know what I mean? Those thoughts, like, I'm so close, it only peaks, but it literally gets annihilated. I don't even think those. Like, I don't wish evil on anybody. That one was so long ago. Like, I went through so much stuff in my life, and I've never wished evil on the individual that caused the harm to me. I only wish that they would know that they're causing harm so that they will not repeat it to somebody else. But for me, my healing, I always ask the source for healing. But I like, to get over it, to strengthen me, to even make me better than whatever they try to destroy me for. I always ask that I have even more than that, and I become even more protected. But I actually don't. So I went through that. So I don't even think malevolent thoughts towards people. And I work on it. I'm not perfect. I work on it diligently, right? And sometimes it would take a bit, depends on the magnitude of the event. But yeah, I don't like to hold on to that. It doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve me to be bitter and angry and all that stuff. It doesn't serve me, It doesn't serve me. I'd rather let it go so that I can have space for blessings, have space for, more divine stuff, right? Have space for more abundance and all that stuff. I don't like to fill my cup with bitterness. So, where was I? Will become purified more and more and will become a divine light of God, right? Denying religions and God is a thought that frightens the human. Okay. So people think, okay, this knowledge book, even people that I talk to, yeah, but no, God only gave us this book and this is the right path, right? So he says denying religions and God is a thought that frightens human. But hear this, for For you have become conditioned by different circumstances since the time of existence until today. In fact, to deny your God means to deny your own selves, which doesn't happen. It doesn't exist, right? You cannot deny your existence. So therefore, you cannot deny the existence of the Creator, right? So, like, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to, like, receive more. More. Don't be afraid to receive more. Until today, your sacred books have enlightened you in the best of ways. Until today, your sacred books have enlightened you in the best of ways. But do not forget that even if the human brain seems to be on the same level and in the same structure, and even if it is washed by the same vibrations, still its awakening and its evolvement is a result of the essence of the human. Okay? This is why we say God created the human created himself or herself. So you've been created. The path that you tread is entirely up to you, right? Your efforts in your evolvement is entirely up to you. You know what I mean? Like, you can, like, even think about, having a child, like, this is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong. I can put these funds here for you if you want to do this. You know what I mean? And then you choose the path that is beneficial for you. But you have to be logical. You have to be critical. You have to see the end goal, right? My end goal is to be in the all. My end goal is to feel the absolute bliss of existence, like true existence without veiled consciousness. My end goal is to feel my Creator in every single cell of my body. My end goal is to have access to all that my Father has created. And I have a problem with being limited. Okay? I have a problem with being limited. I have a problem with rules. That's why this 3D world is very hard for me, because I have a problem with conformity. But you have to look at your end goal in anything that you're doing, right? Even in this 3D world, we still have to survive. So you have to look at your end goal. What is your end goal? Once you have that end goal in mind, you will literally, because then you have told your brain energy, right? You have sent that thought out too, but you have told yourselves that this is, and I say yourselves literally because everything in you is alive. You have told yourselves that this is where I want to be at. You will see that everything you do, you literally rate it according to that end goal. You will rate it according to that end goal. Is this beneficial for my end goal? Would they send me on the path to my end goal? And you will be, that's why they talked about self-criticism, right? It says all the things that we've given you, all the knowledge that we've given you in the past until today, what have you become? Okay? So that's why we say God created the human created himself or herself. The inequality among the humans originate from this fact, right? So when they say that, it means based on your evolution. So the inequality, right? So the frequency levels of us is based on our evolvement levels, right? The evolvement field of a human is exalted, expands, and reaches an apex in proportion with his or her perceptions, okay? What you're able to perceive and understand and accept, what you're able to research, right? What you're able to learn, your logic. Since you assume that this form of exaltation is due to other reasons, your pride, your fears, your doubt, and your fanaticisms have diverted you away from the actual and have created mediums of taboo. Bigotry is nothing but the subjugation of the human by the human, right? To be a bigot is to enslave or to have another human worship you, right? In this period, your first mission is to recognize, to know yourselves. You hear that? You are a God. You are a universe awareness and consciousness. So they want you to know yourself and yourselves, right? You are a God, you are a universe awareness and consciousness. Yeah. Yeah, we're growing. Yeah, 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 yeah. And there's nothing wrong with any of it. Remember, it's a threshold that you have to just overcome. You have to leap over your thresholds, right? And that once you're able to leap over the threshold, like we always say, you get the key. Exactly. Even there is self within self, right? Eunice or Jonah. Okay. In this period, your first mission is to recognize and to know yourselves. You are a God. You are a universe awareness and consciousness. Everything is concealed in you. In this period, humankind is becoming the initial spark. The initial spark. Remember, they're not saying that you're becoming a spark. They're saying you're becoming the initial spark, the spark that you already are. Humankind is becoming that spark, your initial spark. You know what I mean? It's already there. The initial spark, it's Lord created. Past tense, already there. You're just attaining it and becoming it. So you see, it's becoming the initial spark it's Lord created. And this human will sit on the throne of consciousness far beyond religions, will one day be the sovereign of the entire universe. And this message was sent from the Supreme Assembly. Exactly, Spider Dog. Right, Shaima. Supreme friends. This is a message from, our friends. The supreme plan that comprises the entire realm will be realized by the integrated consciousness who have been incarnated to Terra from the land of loving ones. Okay. So it's saying that the supreme plan, right, which is the universal unification, right, the resurrecting, that comprises the entire realm will be realized, right, by the integrated consciousness who have been incarnated to Terra from the land of loving ones. Okay. I don't know if this means that we that are realizing the plan of universal unification are an incarnation from the land of loving ones, but we're realizing it. So we're realizing it. The cosmic currents given by special systems from beyond the curves comprise all the problems of your planet. Revolution in consciousness means revolution in the medium and in the religions. Everyone becomes godlike in proportion with the awareness she or he gains. The actual goal is to serve without being aware of one's greatness. Right? Humility. Do not misunderstand what is said above. You possess everything on behalf of the Almighty, the Absolute. You possess everything on behalf, your representation of, on behalf of. I'm here on behalf of. I'm here representing this person. The words, remember, every word is a cipher. Okay? Do not misunderstand what is said above. You possess everything on behalf of the Almighty, the Absolute. Now, if I'm a representation of my Father, the Almighty, the Absolute, how would I present myself? Will I be greedy, mean? Will I subjugate my brothers and sisters? Would I have ego? Right? Right? Or will I be humble? Would I be all loving? Will I be good, do good, think good? Right? Later, we will explain this more profoundly and you will grasp the truth better when we talk about gene transfers. The divine mechanism is making tremendous effort for the steps that will be taken towards the golden age. This year, very intense operations will be performed with the residents of the golden galaxy. It is presented for your knowledge. And that was from the center. Note, the golden galaxy is the land of Amun, the supreme transfers of that period who have descended from the Egyptian Karina. See, when I'm telling you that the knowledge book literally touches on everything, the golden galaxy is a land of Amun. The supreme transfers of that period who have descended from the Egyptian Karina are at the moment on your planet. Hi, Missy. Hi, Marcos. General message for the public consciousness. Our friends, in this period, humankind is in such a progress that it is on the eve of the steps it will take forward in every way. Hi, Missy. The steps it will take forward will stimulate the code of logic of its consciousness. Then it will comprehend the cause of its existence. Why do we exist? Who am I? What am I? Where did I come from? What am I supposed to do here? Good evening, Marcus. Every servant has been the servant bound to obey orders of his or her God until today. However, the essence of the knowledge of the books changed in time, and servants became enslaved to other servants. In fact, humankind has caused its own being to become enslaved in its own medium due to its passion and weaknesses, and has become a slave of its own self, right? So even those that think that they enslaved other humans, they are actually a slave of their own selves because they're a slave of their ego, right? All right. In this period of awakening, each awakening consciousness is being guided by various means through this knowledge book. Hey, Robert! There is nothing but purification and purity in your essence. Right? The end goal. Remember we talked about the end goal? Listen, there is nothing but purification and purity in your essence. The end goal, purity in your essence, right? Become purified. Consciousness of that universe is reaching God consciousness in proportion with its purity. A baby is pure spring. When it grows up, public consciousness make it turbid. Okay? So for us parents, like, you know what I mean? Let's get our kids, unveiled as early as possible so they don't become slaves to slaves, right? The damage that conditioned brain codes can cause society can even annihilate a universe. And you're going through such a period now. We see that, right? We see all these man-made problems that exist, right? These are the damaged conditioned minds and causing all these frustrations. For this reason, we are working with all our power to return you to yourselves, your higher selves, right? Your unveiled self. And by opening the paths of science and learning, we are trying to abolish fanaticism and taboo, right? So the path of science and learning, like the knowledge should be available to anyone to attain themselves, right? It shouldn't be for a certain group of people and then they act like fake prophets and all that stuff. The actual path of all religious books is to advance on the path of learning that will be open beyond evolvement. Okay? Your essence substance is God consciousness. For us, a genuine sage who has found his or her essence is a scientist who has attained the power of God. Islamic mysticism is purification and attaining God, and finding oneself is finding God. Finding yourself is finding God. There is self within self, right? To the allness, to the nothingness, right? Only afterwards can you shed light on your society through the gates of learning. You possess everything on behalf of the Almighty, the Absolute. Do not ever forget this, our friends. Our love is upon the entire universe. You possess everything on behalf of the Almighty, the Absolute. This is like a universal confidence boost, right? So that message was from the center. I am on 216, just at the bottom. Okay, reincarnation. Our friends, the sages and prophets of the past periods and friends who gained success at an advanced level in the past are living on your planet by gene transfers in this period of sincerity that is called the period of resurrecting. You're welcome. These are the essence genes, and they serve on your planet with an unveiled awareness as a result of having attained their essence consciousness. Remember, this is the path that we're on too, right? They are each a free spirit, a free will, and the other genes are being awakened through special efforts in the direction of the same consciousness as time goes by. Meanwhile, the existence or non-existence of reincarnation is still the subject of argument. You are genuine proofs of this subject. You are genuine proofs of reincarnation. The fact that a lot of us don't even remember where we were and who we were before we came here, and then we haven't at the moment attained, well, now we know through the knowledge book, but a lot of us don't know where we're going afterwards, right? So what, you just blipped out and came here? You know what I mean? You are genuine proofs of reincarnation. Each of you is a miracle by yourself. How can you deny your own self so unconsciously? Yes, for sure. Every cell. And remember, we're macro cells too, right? Even though we have the micro cells within this one cell, we are also a cell. Our planet is also a cell. Okay. Time will pass. So we need to vibrate, because our vibration, our frequency will also, ignite the spark in our brothers and sisters. Time will pass. Each will claim his or her essence consciousness, and one day the entire truth will shine with all clarity. In future gene transfers will be mentioned clearly and in detail. Our love is upon the entire universe. That message was from Center. It is answer to the chains of thought. Our friends, the book dictated to dear Mevlana is a knowledge book. The Quran, which is the book of Islam, is also a knowledge book. However, the present book is the constitution of the universe. Do not confuse it with the book of Islam. In accordance with what we have learned from your chains of thought, the idea that no other book would be revealed ever again after the book of Islam, that was the final book, has penetrated into the brains like an arrow. Now we will explain this to you. As it will be comprehended from the fascicules dictated until today, this is a book that assembles all the religious books in its essence and that gives you knowledge by explaining certain subjects present in those books from time to time by computer calculations. All universal knowledge is present in the book of Islam. However, during this period, we have passed far beyond that knowledge. For this reason, this book has been bestowed on your planet by the establishers of an order by the command of our Lord. Yeah, we're also a book, right? Once you attain God consciousness and that God is knowledge, then you're also a book. You're a library, all your past incarnations, everything, all the experiences, everything that you have, you're a historian. This book, and then your future, your past, present, and future, This book includes the contents of all the religious books, but it also comprises a lot of knowledge that none of your religious books mention. You should not be in a hurry for anything. Time and events will prove everything to you. It will be awaited and seen. That was from the center. Yeah, I don't know if I want to be there that long, but yeah. It is very important. This is the title. Each leader is obliged to read this message to his or her group. Our friends, we presume that you have grasped the seriousness of the subject through the knowledge you have received from the given messages until today. At the moment, Universal Council is at work. The order of the entire cosmos will be established with the suggestions that will be given. You know who I want to meet? I want to meet Amun. I have visualized them, but I want to meet Amun. Like I don't want it in a dream state. I want to be very conscious. I don't want it to be like my own imagination. I want to meet Amun. Your frequencies are under the supervision of the central system. Your operations in the positive direction are considered equivalent to all the universal consciousness. Listen to this. Your frequencies are under the supervision of the central system. All of us are connected to the central system and we're being supervised. Our frequencies are being supervised. Your operations in the positive direction are considered equivalent to all the universal consciousnesses. Your operations in the positive direction are considered equivalent to all the universal consciousnesses. Togetherness in society are factors that stimulate energy vibration. Togetherness, unity in society are factors that stimulate energy vibration. Like I said, that's why they had to keep us 6 feet apart during COVID, because they didn't want us to stimulate the vibrations of one another. For this reason, friends in the groups are being sent to other groups in accordance with the highness of their frequency. The cosmic awareness of the medium you are in will cause more accelerated awakenings by this means. Our love is upon all the universe center. Let me see. I hope I haven't passed Fascicule. Okay. Very good. Very good. Our friends, you will read and learn the truth, and the knowledge we will dictate to you from this book. In fact, this book is a knowledge book beyond religions. However, since we try to raise the public consciousness to a certain level, knowledge is rather given from the bottom towards the top. The Goldman Galaxy Empire, yeah, Amun. Now, priority is given to religious unification, and the truth is being projected through this path. At the moment, priority is given to the messages of the Universal Council, and effort is made to propagate the truth more quickly. It is presented for your knowledge center. It is a message about the knowledge book. Our friends, for you to understand better, peace and love. That's a long user number, but peace and love to you. So it is message about the knowledge book. Our friends, for you to understand better, we will dictate this message of ours article by article. Now, you know when they say that, you got to pay attention. 1. The era of miracles have passed. All the facts of the cosmic age will be laid down in front of everyone. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. 2. The era of religions is over. The truth means to announce the supreme commands of God from the firmament to earth as a single book. 3. Your planet has arrived at this last period of your evolution. Emissaries of the divine realm assist us from the central system. Your planet has arrived at this last period of your evolution. This book, otherwise this book would not be here. This is the resurrection. This book that is being dictated to dear Mevlana is announcing the supreme commands of our Lord from the direct channel without any intermediaries. 5. This knowledge book is being dictated to you as the constitution of the universe. This is your universal constitution. This is why I write it. This is why a lot of people are like, it's a calling. This is why they write it, because you're writing the universal constitution. You're signing your name to the universal constitution. Therefore, you are part, right? But obviously, you have to be more diligent in your steps towards positivity. Okay? 6. The golden age expected for centuries will be established by a new order that will be established. Now, 7. Now it is the harvest time of the seeds sown centuries ago. Right. 8. The entire universal ordinance is being projected on your planet with this knowledge book. 9. You will sooner or later attain the consciousness of the dictated book and will grasp the truth. 10. This book will prove itself with the messages we give in different forms to all the groups on your planet and will be accepted beyond any suspicions or doubts. 11. You, our terrestrial brothers and sisters, and all our good-willed friends assist us in this matter. We are grateful to them. 12. Anatolian Mevlana Essence Nucleus Group is our direct channel. Knowledge is being given to other channels through this channel. 13. The Council of the Loyal Ones, the Assembly of the Stars, and the Central System are the focal points that project on you the commands of the Universal Council. 14. The Universal Council is giving knowledge directly to the Essence Nucleus channel. 15. You will learn all the truth from the dictated knowledge book. All the truth. Okay? They didn't say some of the truth. 16. Progresses of time and cosmic currents are causing mass awakenings on your planet, and they will continue to do so. Your resurrection is this. Okay? 17. Each awakening awareness is obliged to read and comprehend the knowledge book besides the knowledge she or he receives from his or her own channel. This is for their own gain. 18. So, like, even though there's, like, mediums and, like, people are, like, psychics and people are, like, doing all this light code language, whatever, they're telling you that you still need to comprehend this knowledge book besides the knowledge you receive from your own channel. 18. The awakening consciousnesses will first grasp the truth and then will transmit the knowledge in accordance with the level of understanding of their mediums. 19. Supervision is being controlled by the center and necessary mediums are being prepared. It is presented for your knowledge. And that was from Council. General message to all the world groups. Okay. Bye, Johnny. Peace and harmony. Our friends, from now on, we will try to give the groups as brief and essential knowledge as possible. Certain groups that are not carrying out universal work will be closed down and their frequencies will be cut off. Time is getting scarce. Besides this, we are dealing with everyone one by one. Okay? Even though you're dealing with the groups, you're also dealing with each individual. The triangle of the World Brotherhood Union is a preparatory triangle of the Golden Age. Now the mission of the actual missionaries has begun. You should henceforth be prepared for that period because we are going through that period at the moment. There will be special messages to be dictated to the Istanbul group. Everyone will perform his or her mission in this framework of the command she or he receives. In the year 1987, the Code of Konya will be established for this reason. In the year 1986, the medium of Konya will be specially prepared. The distribution of the fascicules will be accelerated. Now, remember, this has already happened. The Mevlana Essence Nucleus group is obliged to send the messages to all the groups, and by this means, the truth will be declared to all the groups. After this message, universal communication will be accelerated even more. The Essence Nucleus channel will carry out common operations with the channels connected to it. Awakened groups will enlighten the covered groups through words, okay? And by this means, they will prepare their brothers and sisters for salvation. Awakened groups will enlighten covered groups, right? Veiled awareness through words, okay? Through words of this knowledge book. And by this means, they will prepare their brothers and sisters for salvation. From now on, non-seriousness will not be excused. A period in which accelerated work is necessary has been entered. It is presented for your knowledge. Like, listen, I keep telling you, all of you need to find out what your missions are, right? All of you need to find out what your missions are. I still need to find out what my mission is. I'm not unveiled. Notice to the Essence Nucleus group. In the name of the universe, we are indebted to thank all our friends who assist us by serving on the path of humanity. Boldly go? Go where? Yeah. Missions performed until today in accordance with the universal laws have prepared you for the present days. The universe is grateful to you. All our terrestrial friends who cooperate with us will be introduced to each other one by one when the time comes. Universal totalities will be established in this way. Okay, so we'll be introduced to each other like how we're introduced to ourselves right now. The entire text of this book that is dictated as a knowledge book will be constituted by all the fascicules you have received until today. We will let you know the date when the book will come into an end. You will attain the truth by this means. Private missions will be given to certain friends on your planet who work apart from the groups. Private missions will be given to certain friends on your planet who work apart from the groups. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you have to be in a group. It is extremely beneficial to be in a group. But it says that private missions will be given to certain people, right, who work apart from the groups. 3 codes will be established in each country when the time comes. These triple codes will collectively translate the fascicules to the language of that country they're in. Those who neglect their missions will be rendered ineffective, and those who are waiting in effect for their turn will replace them. When the time comes, the book will be published by the unification of these triple codes that will be formed in each country. All these procedures will be carried out and completed until the year 2000. So this is already done. Accelerated missions is the gain of our terrestrial brothers and sisters. It is presented for your knowledge on behalf of the Supreme Assembly light. Remember what I was talking about on behalf of? Sorry, I need to change this lady. So that is Fascicule15. Yeah, Mona. I think Mona likes me. Is that a message? Yeah. It's quite late, so I'm not going to continue. We'll start afresh with Fascicule16, inshallah, when I am ordered to, because literally I was just chilling in bed, and then I was like, after Theo's live, I was like, go live. I was like, now? And then I couldn't find my charger. I couldn't find anything. You heard me like telling my kids, find me a charger. I was like, but you want me to go live and I can't find my charger? Wait, what do I do? But it was very beneficial, alhamdulillah. Thanks be to the Almighty, the Absolute. Who? Oh yeah, Muna has to come. Yeah. Your mission will present itself to you. And like some of us are guided in such a way that we don't even like remember, like there's no accidents too, right? There's no coincidences in life. There is no coincidence. Nothing happens by chance. So we're literally like ping pong balled wherever we need to go, when we need to go, and everything is for a reason. So like even today, right? Strangest thing happened. A lady called my phone and she was looking for her son. I guess that was her son's previous number. I just got a new number like 4 days ago. And I was like, no, this is my number. I got it like 4 days ago. And she was like, oh my God, sis, I'm so sorry. I'm like, oh, it's good. Literally, we chat for like 1 hour, including my husband. And she's a Muslim. And I was like, oh, they send me somebody. Like, I know when they do this. And she saved my number. I saved her number. Now I have like a new family. And I'm going to understand what it is that we're supposed to do together. But that's just how it goes. We literally, and she just converted to Islam like a year ago, and her son converted to Islam, and yeah, she just finished Ramadan, and we just got talking and talking. Never met her, don't know her, but I changed my number, and she calls FaceTime to talk to her child, and yeah, my face was, yeah. So now I have a new family, and she wants to come see me. I'm like, yeah, sure thing. So obviously, I told her, I'm like, I'm a bit weird. So open your mind to what it is that I may have to say. If I'm told to say something to you, she goes, nah, I'm weird too, yo. I'm like, right on. you know. And she is so free. Like, how do you just call somebody and just like literally chat for like an hour? I'm the same. This is how you know, right? This is how you know that she's at the stage where she needs to know of the knowledge book. This is how they always do. They do stuff like this. Intellects. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thank you, Shaima. I think we're all weird, and it's pretty cool. For a very long time, like we had to kind of just keep certain stuff secret and just act normal. Now we can all be hippies together. But how is y'all feeling? How's your evolution going? How's your ascension going? You know, anyone wanna share some frequencies with us? Hey, Providence. Anyone want to share some frequencies, some downloads? Because all of us have our channels open now, right? It's just a matter of our own perception power that will determine if we're receiving or if we're understanding, right? Is it our own thoughts or is it a download? But that will depend on how connected and aware you are. So if anybody has something to share for the family, infinite gratitude. I'm gonna try and read the excellent vibe. Hi. You're old? How are you old? How are you old? Far behind what? You're here. Far behind what? You mean far ahead? Because if you're old, then we are peculiar. But yeah, if anybody got words of wisdom, because remember, we are old. Few thousand years old. No way, Providence. Oh wow, that is such a blessing. That is so cool. That is so cool, Providence. No Shaima. You just have to say it as it is. Like, you cannot be worried about how it comes out. It just has to come out. People will perceive it the way that you're supposed to perceive it. You see, that's what they talk about. Like, we shouldn't be so conscious and then, deny society of what we know and what we have, right? You know what I mean? Oh man. Yeah, this summer I plan to go into the sun for a whole restoration. And I'm going back to changing my diet and just, keeping everything as light as possible because I'm not I'm not old. Like, I'm trying to go back to 20. I'm trying to go back to 20. I'm 36 now. I have 7 kids and I'm trying to go back to 20. So I'm literally, because I know a lot of it has to do with the foods and the waters that we consume. It ages us faster. And then our disconnection with the earth and the sun and source, right? Um, so I'm working on it here, but I'm also working on it changing certain things, right? So I'm trying to reverse. I am. Shaima, I want to talk about what you said too. Yeah, no, please, you have to share. Don't worry about how it comes out. Please, don't worry about how it comes out. Sometimes certain things I want to say don't come out, and then when I go back home, I'm like, I could have said it like this. But you know what? Sometimes the energy is so different. You just have to put it out there. However way it came, you just have to put it out there. And remember, it's a vibration. You have to think about it as vibration. You have to think about it as codes and ciphers, right? Yeah. Yeah, Marcus. Oh wow, spider dog. Yeah, the engraftment is happening for sure. Yeah, they talk about it in the book, right? That they'll be healing us with simple techniques. You have to think about it, Shaima, you have to think about it as a vibration. And it is a vibration. Everything is a vibration. Everything, even colors hold vibration and hold frequencies, right? So you just put the word out. Put it out. Don't be afraid. You just have to plant the seed. Remember, they said that we shouldn't fear, disclosing this knowledge, right? Because once the person hears it, if they brush it off, they're being supervised, right? If they brush it off, they know where to put them. If there's help needed, maybe they're like an essence gene or a genuine devotee, but they're not at that stage yet, then help will be rendered to them. The engraftment thing will start happening to them in their sleep, right? They'll be getting downloads, they'll be taking them out through dream state. They'll be teaching them stuff during dream state. And sometimes they'll see that, for me, sometimes I see my dreams are just regular people, some white people in the t-shirt, some Asians and this and that. And then we're talking or we're doing something or we're helping someone, but they look regular because I may not be ready to accept, you know, in my dream state, seeing a being in their true form. I'd be like, ah, you know what I mean? And sometimes when they do that in their true forms, like in dream state, meditation is different. Meditation, I'm more conscious. So I'm able to don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You know what I mean? But in the dream state, like, it would just be classified as a nightmare or a dream, right? Because of our conditioned mind. But sometimes in the dream state, they will wipe your memory before you come. But the seed is sown, and it will manifest later on. It will start like manipulating and changing your whole cell structure and your brain energy. And eventually you'll be like, oh, this makes sense. Where did I get that from? Yeah, it was sown in you like 6 months ago. Peace reflections. The life which swirl. Yeah. Ooh, spiral vibrations. Yeah, right on. But please don't be afraid to share knowledge. Don't be afraid. Like, let it be such an urgent thing for you. Like, it's such a deep concern. Like, the faster we all wake up, because remember, they said they're trying to acclimatize all our consciousnesses to be at the same frequency so that there's no superiority, right? So if everybody else is at like 2%, and like 95% is at 2%, and like 5% is at, I don't know, 60%, then we're literally like here. You know what I mean? So you have to feel each other as each other. You have to understand that the salvation of your brother is your salvation, right? Because when our frequency increase, our earth's frequency increase, and then they talk about it in the book that they're trying to approximate our frequency with the frequency of the firmament, right? So we need to get going. Marcus, you have to let yourself guide you, but you need to get the right pipe. Like, I don't know, you're wasting it. Like, you have to have some, kindness towards me. Don't waste it. Yeah, we are true transformers. Yeah, color matters. Color has a frequency and a vibration, and there's nuances of colors that exist. Like our 3D world is very limited. This is for Angie. Our 3D world is very limited. In terms of alphabets, like there are certain dimensions that have like over 200 alphabets, and thousands and even millions of color nuances, right? And each color has a vibration, it has a frequency. Everything has a vibration and frequency. Everything, even the thing that you think is most solid, has a vibration and frequency. That is how we all exist. We exist based on energy, right? I don't know if you're still here, but I just saw your question. Yeah, but like, don't waste it, Marcus. Because literally, like, you need 4 poles to ascend. And like, if you take 4 deep pulls, like, and hold it for like 3 to 5 seconds, like 3 to 4 of that, you be shot out. But don't let it vibrate out, because then, and you're not supposed to breathe in between the breath. So hold it out and then back on the pipe again. Deep breath, hold it out, and then back on the pipe again. Like, I think 3 is more. Like, I can only do 1. I don't know how all of you people do it, but I do 1 and that's it. I don't even want to know 1. And I'm not even taking that much of a deep breath. I'm like, my body's weird. Look at all these colors. No, please get it out of my system. And I try to relax, but it's not for me. My path of finding myself in my creator and my creator within myself is quite different. I've never been one for like, marijuana and all that stuff. I just don't. I'm here predicting the end of the world on those kind of stuff. It's not for me. Like, this is why the world is like this. And then after I have a whole panic attack, because like I could understand everything. Like, everybody's all relaxed and gyrate and all that stuff. Not me. If you want to know about yourself, Bring me Mevlana. You're gonna know everything about your mother's mother, and you're gonna run away from me, and I'm gonna run away from you too. Yeah. I'm retiring this year so I can get off from. Oh, what is your medication? If you want to share. I do have a degree in nursing. Even though I literally quit. My husband is trying to get me back on, but I don't want it. Don't want it. Yeah, but with Marcus, Spider Dog, he needs to just get the right pipe. Lead Bill? Not sure. I'm sorry, Arlid Bill. You talked about your medication. Brittany. Okay, I'm gonna have to like research that. But like, if it's like for cancer, um, heart conditions, like blood pressure, like circulatory issues, right? And then that's like the most concern because the what is it called? Like the radiation, the chemos, right? They kill normal cells, and even though they try to target like the deformed cells, they actually kill normal cells equally, if not more, in the same rate. So that one, you know. And then with the circulatory stuff, like the blood pressure and heart problems and stuff, because with the DMT, you may feel like palpitation and all that stuff. So we have to be aware that you're not on certain heart stuff for anxiety, depression, etc. I feel like honestly, with that, I don't feel that is a problem, because it controls your serotonin and the other dopamine reuptake, right? But and like we're working with the pineal gland and really accelerating it. What you can do with that is do microdosing. So one pull with meditation. In time, you will get off those anxiety and depression and stuff. Because remember, anxiety and depression comes with either when we're receiving cosmic rays and we're not acclimatized to it, it causes depression, or when we're not able to leap over our examinations and problems that we have on this planet. They're really all focused in the mind. Like, we create it, we hold on to it. The event happened, but we hold on to the vibrations of those events, and then we harness it and live with it. So with the dimethyltryptamine, what it does is it activates your pineal gland more and more, right? It helps it vibrate faster. It wakes it up, because your pineal gland is like your source on this planet, right? When your kundalini energy rises, it's supposed to rise to activate your pineal, right? Right? Is the do re mi fa sol la ti do, right? So even though you're on these, it's fine, right? Microdose and see how you feel with it. Just microdose, one pull, and just relax and just meditate, and then collect your thoughts. Like, you can literally cure yourself from depression by finding out why you have anxiety and depression. Why do you have it? What were the events? What are you not, either something that you're not able to overcome? Why? But if you understand through this knowledge book that you are source, and if you understand that every problem that we go through in this life is just an examination, right? But you understand that you have the capacities and all the powers in the universe to overcome those examinations, then you don't fall, you don't become enslaved to your depressions, you don't become a victim to your depressions, right? But you really have to go within and find out why you're harboring certain energies. Why are you? Because you're just vibration. Remember, if there was an event that did happen, it happened in the past. You are in the present. So if it happened in the past, right, and it released certain form of energy in the past, why is it here in the present with you? And why do you try to carry it on in the future? How does it travel? You're the portal that it travels through. You're the transmitter that it travels through. So you have to just do your shadow work and talk to yourself. Remember, while you're talking to yourself, remember that you're the essence gene of the Most High. So you're a powerful being, right? You're super powerful. Everything you need, everything that you're supposed to go through, you're already given the code to that problem. It's just a matter of activating yourself to know the code, right? But in all, nothing really exists. And that's hard to understand, but nothing really nothing, all of this is just balls of energy bouncing. No, I don't think you will deteriorate. Yeah. Mega doses, why? Yeah, mega doses would definitely clear your depressions, right? But I just wanted to get comfortable with herself. If you get the knowledge book, trust me, I can bet myself on it. If you get the knowledge book, listen, I had anxiety too. Not so the depressions, but I have anxiety too because I feel like I feel the energies of everybody. And I feel like when humanity is not happy, it comes back to me. I feel it. And then sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I think all these things, what is going to happen? Da, 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 why is this happening? And then I get into that place of mind. And I was just people are even worried about, we're worried about finances, future, what's going to happen. Listen, I surrender everything. After I read the knowledge, I'm like, oh, we're this kind of people. Wait, this is our all father. Wait, this is the day and time that we're in. We're in the period of resurrecting. Wait, these people that are causing all these problems on earth are low vibration beings, and I don't hate them. They're actually just here to test us. They're part of the plan, and we're just supposed to overcome them, just like the Matrix. Neo had to overcome Mr. Smith. You know what I mean? By going to the source. Remember, I know. I'm sorry. Movies are important, okay? Movies are important. They contain lots of stuff. Neo had to go to the source. Remember, Neo lost his full eyes, but his third eye was activated when he was no longer seeing with this. See, our depressions come from when we're seeing with this, when we're perceiving our world through this. When we perceive our world through here, it's all different. It's all light. We understand why things are happening the way they're supposed to happen. And we find joy even in the things that we're like, oh, why is this happening? We find joy in it because we understand why they're there. Right? So, if you watch The Matrix, Neo lost these eyes and attained this one where he saw everything as light and energy, right? And for him to defeat the Matrix, which is this system of oppression that is causing the anxiety and depression, right? That is causing all the fear and confusion and doubt and chaos. He had to go to the source and connect himself with the source, and the source powered him up, and he had to come back into the Matrix and defeat the administrators of the Matrix, which was Mr. Smith, and reset everything. I just had to point that out there. I'm sorry if you don't find it helpful, but I'm saying that you have to connect to your source. You are all powerful. You can heal yourself from depression. You can do it. You can heal yourself from anxiety. Anxieties are anxiousness based on things that we're not sure of. What is going to happen? That is what causes anxiety. What is going to happen? The future is uncertain. I don't know if I'm going to have this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay my mortgage. All of that is 3D. Trust the source. And listen, this is what happened with COVID when everybody was rushing to get their job. And me and my husband were like, if we're meant to go hungry and die, that's because the Creator said so. So what's the worry if the Creator said so? I only have 100 years left in this body. If the Creator said this is what's going to happen, this is it. Nothing happens outside of the plan of the Creator. So if something happened to you and you're angry about it, it's like being angry with the Creator. Because everything that happens is because the Creator ordained it to happen so in each and every single one of our lives and our world. So if nothing happens without the consent and the command and the creation of the creator, then that means everything that is happening to me is because the creator made it so. So who am I going to go to for help to overcome these things? The one who gave me the problem. So I say, I surrender it all to you. I know it's an examination. Whatever source, energy, knowledge that I need to overcome it, gladly hand it to me. But I'm not going to be victim to this situation. I rise above it. I laugh at it because I know that it's just an examination. It is not at all. You know what I mean? It does not determine anything. You know what I mean? Remember, our planet is 1/1,000,000th, and it says it in the knowledge book, is 1/1,000,000th of a dot compared to some of the other planets and galaxies. Our planet is 1/1,000,000th of it. So why are you burdening yourself with what you don't have control over? Trust that the source have control over, and trust that you are with the source and you're connected with the source. You know what I mean? Because we're afraid of uncertainties and all that stuff. That's why we have anxiety. And because we can't let go and forgive certain events in our past, that's why we have depression. You forgive for yourself. You don't forgive for anybody else. And we have to learn to be present in the present moment. Yeah, right? You have to have absolute faith. Okay? We have to be present in the moment. We have to be in the moment. We have to be in the present. Anxiety comes from when you're worried about future things that are not here yet in this earth time. Star Wars. Okay? When you're worried about future things that are not here, why are you giving your energy to that when you can be present and appreciate all the beautiful things that you have, and then envision a better and brighter future and be happy in that future? Why hold on to a future where you think things are going to go super, super wrong? Yes, right? And if you don't have the knowledge book yet, this is the guide that will resurrect you. This is the guide that will empower you. And you will see, like within 1 week of starting the knowledge book, you will see. I will not even talk. You will see. I testify. Like my husband says, oh, you're so much more calmer and nicer and full of wisdom. Like I'm so zen. Oh yeah, I'm glad you like the movie idea. I'm so zen, you know. And then there are some days and some mornings where the anxiety tries to come. And then I think, what is the base of your existence in my vicinity? Why are you here? What am I worried about? What do I have to be worried about? I live in an infinite galaxy. I'm the daughter of Source. Who is projecting this thing on me? Who? And then, I battle it with a whole bunch of affirmations. I come into the present and I appreciate all my beautiful family and where I live and what I have and have not. I don't have, but I am happy in it. Why? Because I have food to eat. I have clothes to put on my I have the knowledge book that is guiding me, and I've attained this knowledge where a lot of people don't even have this understanding yet, and I have this understanding. You know what I mean? And I understand the day and time that we're in the resurrecting period. I understand that every problems that we have is just a trial, and that we have the capacity to overcome and leap over these trials. And that is for my own evolution. Every problem that I overcome takes me, like they gave me the code some time ago, and I mentioned in the other lives, love, learn, light. The knowledge book talks about infinite love, right? Have infinite love for everything that exists, right? Including problems. Have infinite tolerance and have infinite humility, right? And I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But that's a really big code. How do we simplify it? Like, can you give us a precursor to that one? And then they said, love, learn, and light. Right. Love, learn, and light, right? Approach every situation in love. What is the most loving way that I can solve this problem that will bring love to myself love to the other parties, love to the environment. This means no criticizing, no passing judgment, no it's your fault. If you want to blame anybody, hey God, you're the one that sent this problem to me. Thank you. Because you can't be angry at God, right? So love, the most loving way that you can approach this problem, right? And then learn. What is the lesson that you're supposed to learn from it? Because that is the source of the problem. You're supposed to learn and get the formula to that problem, because somebody that you may meet, or some of your children may need that formula, and you've given to them so they don't have to go through other problems that you went through. You've already obtained that formula. So learn what is that you're supposed to learn from it. And remember, what you learn gives you power, right? And then the third was light. Because once you've attained the formula, you light your path. It's like, going through that thing. And once you solve that problem, then the gate opens, and then you light your path. You keep moving on, you keep evolving, right? So love, learn, and light. Approach every situation in that manner. We're only anxious because we're worried about future events. It's not here yet. It has happened. Whatever that's going to happen, it has already happened. You have to be in the moment. Otherwise, you're wasting and not enjoying the moment, because you're worried about things there and you're worried about things right here whilst you are here. We're wasting the time, right? Because once this moment passes, we don't get it back. Right? So why are we casting ourselves with anxiety towards the future and casting ourselves with depression towards the past? Let's try to get here. Let's try to be here right now. What? At this time? Almost 12 o'clock? Don't bring your face to my life. Go down. Oh, thank you. Humbled. Thank you, Prophetess. See, I was told to come live, not knowing our sister will come through. Yeah. And the clinical system, that's why I quit nursing, because I feel like they lack 300% of the knowledge that is required to really deal with a human being. To help a human being, they lack it completely. Because a human being is a spiritual being, and an energy being 99.999%. And then 0.00001% of whatever it is that this matrix has, put, you know what I mean? And they lack that. They literally eliminate spirituality from healing. And that's why they eliminate human interaction. Like when I was a nurse, I spent so much time in my patient's room. I get to know them. I get to know how they're feeling, because people are going through freaking health situations, and you're just going to come and say, Mrs. Smith, here is your medication. Okay, here's your what? Hello, how is the individual feeling about this situation? Are they scared? Do they have children that they're worried about? Are they harboring any guilt for this? I spent so much time talking to them that I had we have 8 to 12 patients. But I had to spend time talking to them, I had to, there's even the natives, and, they're about to leave. The doctor said, oh, you're going to die in 3 weeks. And they need to perform their spiritual ceremony, and you're not allowing them because, oh, this and this and that. I'm like, take your family home. If they're going to die, let them be in their spiritual aura and essences. What are you guys doing? How you guys listen to someone called a doctor that you've never met in your life, has no history of your family problems, has nothing to, you know what I mean? They don't know you. They don't know you. How you let them dictate? And trust me, I have seen murders in the healthcare system. I have had patients come in 80-year-olds, super, super vibrant, loving. They said she has cancer, whatever. She's there to get chemo, whatever. She's super vibrant and walking in the halls and exercising every day. I remember her face clearly because I had to wrap her body. I'm gonna cry because I kind of, I had to wrap her body. That was my first time wrapping body. I was like, I'm not doing this. But I did it because they would have failed me. But she was super vibrant. Top of the morning, greeting everybody. Within 7 days, she couldn't get out of bed. because of the cancer medications. It was not cancer medications. It was passive euthanasia. And that's what they do to them. And then they tell the family, oh, they've turned really bad and I don't think they're going to make it. No, you're giving them medications that is causing that. And I said, you know what? I'm here to save souls and spirits. I'm not here to, send them back. That's not what I'm here for. And that was that, you know? Yeah. Yeah, like everything is spirit and everything is energy, and they have eliminated the source healing from the Western medical system. Like if you look at all the indigenous tribes, like all the Africans, all the Jamaicans, all the Bolivians, all the natives, all the Australians, if you look at indigenous tribes, I mean all of us, right? You see spiritual healing, and then you see herbal healing, right? And then you see societal healing, like human to human, talking to each other and comforting each other and offering frequencies of like it's gonna be okay. It doesn't exist in these four walls called the healthcare system. It don't exist. That's why all of it need to burn down. And they're so quick to say go do surgery. We're gonna cut my days. And then people, like, your body is like, it's intact, right? It's a communication, and then you go cut it, and now it has to put like a scar tissue there. And then not only that, they're doing it in the brain, and they're doing it in very vital places. And and like, I wouldn't be angry with that, but the fact that they completely disregard the real source of healing just baffles me. Like, we had prophets that speak and heal people, speak frequency from higher dimension and heal people. Yeah, right? Exactly. Exactly, Missy. But yeah, to the sister that was just on, your brain is connected to higher dimensions. You're from higher dimensions. Your actual essence, your body here is just your consciousness embodied here, right? Your pineal gland is your connection to your actual source, your essence. Your actual self is not here. You're a projection of your actual self on here with veiled awareness. Your actual self, and I'm not talking about, oh, we're all from God. I mean that what God took out of himself and made you, your light, your actual essence, it's outside of this dimension. I just want you to know how powerful you are, that you don't just exist here. Okay, so do not limit yourself to all the problems of here. Do not allow all these problems to boggle you down, because you're actually outside of here. You're full, capacitated, unveiled, conscious awareness self is not here. It's outside of here. You're just a projection of that. And this, the period of resurrecting, means to connect and be one with yourself. Okay, I will urge you to get the knowledge book. Trust me, you will not need medication. I will urge you, you will not have anxiety and depression. And even if a thought of it comes in, you will know how to combat it, because you'll be a conscious thinker. You will sit there and say, why is this thought coming through? Where is it coming from? Is it valid? Where is its credentials? How do you, you and analyze it, like you're like it's applying for a job to exist in your system. You analyze it. What are your credentials? What is your source? What is your base? What are your grounds? And you'll find that mostly 99.99% of the time, it has no grounds. And the 0.001% of the time is because you gave it grounds. Yeah, no, for sure. Like within 1 week, I can give you my number. We can talk within 1 week. I'm here for everybody, you know, within 1 week. You know what I mean? Yeah, but all I want you to know is that you're powerful beyond anything that you call problems, anything that you call medical conditions. They don't exist. They only remember, once you make a name for it, then it's here, right? What if they had no name for anxiety and depression? They created it and they gave it a name and they gave you the definition of it. So then when they say somebody has it, it's like, oh, that's what it is. What if they had no name for it? How about you create a name for it? How about you created happiness and beauty? How about you give it a name? Yeah. Yeah, it boosts my frequency too. I have to like constantly be in it, and I realize like when certain things, remember, like this world is really full of negativity. That's why they're trying to raise our frequency so we can disperse. As you're helping disperse, we can disperse. You can see this thick fake cloud that they're creating is to prevent the cosmic rays from coming in, right? And to prevent ours from elevating as well. But like our thought frequency, our thoughts are also like, causing light in society if they're positive, and if they're negative, if we're caught up in a trauma, you know what I mean? If they're negative, they're also causing the adverse effect in society, right? Yeah. A lot of us get some symptoms right now, but like for me, what the knowledge book has done profoundly for me is that I'm more conscious about my thoughts, you know, like with depression, you get one thought of something that happened or something that makes you, sad or wary. And then you think of it, you think it, you hold on to that thought and you're thinking of it and you allow it like a minute. And the moment you allow it a minute, another one comes on and then it just keeps a chain of negativity and bad energy. And you just will swirl down into that, right? So for me, what I've become now, and I'm even working more on it, is that I'm a conscious thinker. So a thought, like sometimes I'm cooking, I'm like, "Ah, I don't feel super happy. What's going on?" You know? And then I'm a conscious on my energy. I'm conscious on my thoughts. What's going on? Why do I feel that? Oh, it's because that person, left that negative review on my product. And I'm like, oh, well, how does that matter? How the heck do you allow that to come into your friggin', domain? Like, how do you do that? Like, shh, you know what I mean? And then like sending peace and love to that individual. Bye, you know? But like in family issues, like you become conscious, like, there's a family problem. It's very negative. At the same time, I don't want to feel negative, so I'm gonna step out of the problem and assess the problem. I remember I gave this example, like everything that happens in your life, watch it like you're watching a movie. Watch it from the omnipotent and omnipresent point of view. Do not allow the issues and all the vibrations and the problems to affect you and to poke at you. Step out of it and watch it like a movie. And if you're watching like a movie, tell that character what that character needs to do to succeed, because it's literally you're you're in a movie to your higher consciousness too. Your higher consciousness is also just experiencing this, and it's just like, so step out of the scene. Change the channel. It's You gotta love Missy. Just change the damn channel. Put it on the channel that you want. Hi, babe. Do you want to go live and talk to the family about some spiritual stuff? Yeah. Okay. Thank you for liking. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, yeah, just change your channel. Like, how are you coming this way to me? Who are you? Get away. Like I said, I visualize always the world where we're all happy, where we're all united, where we're all connected to our celestial family, where our skies are open, where we can see and know everything. And there's no discrimination, there's no hunger, there's no poverty, there's no violence. The trees are beautiful. We don't need a house to live. Can live anywhere and create anything. Like, and I feel happy. That's the channel I tune in. That's the channel I tune in. You know what I mean? Not only that, I'm in the present, and I make everything happy in my present. You know. But like, we're in charge of everything that we're going through. We're in charge of it. Rise above your depressions. The book, I don't know the exact page, but you'll get there once you get the book. It literally tells you, rise above your depressions. Listen to this. Which was it? Where was it? The one that I talked about, the baby. Let me see if I can find it. The baby. So listen to this. In fact, humankind has caused its own being to become enslaved to its own medium due to the passions and weakness, and has become a slave of its own self. We become a slave of our own self. Right now, having anxiety and depression is me becoming a slave of my own thoughts. Is my thoughts in control of me, or am I in control of my thoughts, is the question. Who's the master? So anxiety and depression just really means you need to get your power back. Get your power back. That's all. Yeah, listen to what your body's telling you. But if what your body's telling you doesn't suit you, then change the channel, like Missy said. We're supposed to be happy. We're entitled to happiness. So that's where I'm going, Hey, baby, sending me roses. Thank you. Don't allow 3D problems to dictate your sovereignty in the entire universe. You're a universal being, and you're allowing 3D problems to kick your butt. When you are beyond the 3D, when you exist outside. Right now, we exist outside of the 3D, right? And remember, everything that we go through, we sign on to it. It's a plan of destiny. We signed on to every single problem and every single trial we're going to have, because we said, how am I going to evolve faster? Well, if you go through this and go through that, and you're able to overcome this and overcome that, you will jump this much ahead in your evolution. Oh, okay. So now you're going through it. Don't be angry at it. Tap into your higher power, tap into the creator, and leap over your thresholds. Like for me, I don't even worry about like discerning why I'm feeling certain things. Like I'm getting to the stage where I'm just like, I'm jumping over it. Like I'm not even thinking about you. I'm jumping. You don't exist. Like I don't want it to exist. I don't even want to give it my attention to even solve it. I just want to leap over it. I just want to leap over it. I think it's time for me to go. Thank you, Shaima. So Arled V, I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. You can message me. I'm here. Like I'm forever here for us all. Good night, family. Peace and love. We're in the divine love of Allah. The divine love of Allah is in us. We are created from this love, this source, this essence energy, and we are transmitting this love frequency to all our terrestrial brothers and sisters, cautioning them and telling them to wake up and unite in happiness, in peace and harmony. Oh, Brittany, okay. Thank you all. Peace and love, peace and love. Pay attention to your dreams. Bye. Good night.